Good evening and welcome. I'm Sheila Balgobin and I am the Dream Decipherer, and I help you to crack the code of your sleep and dreams so you can sleep sound and dream deep. This evening, I'm continuing with my series, the two-part series, Helping Hands for Sleep Time Bliss. And we'll be taking a look at how you can, another way that you can use your hands to help you improve your sleep. This time it's reflexology. Now, most people are familiar with, if they're familiar with reflexology at all, they think that it's only done on the feet. Not so. People are always surprised when I tell them that I can do reflexology on their hands. They've never heard of it, but I trained in California, so that's where I learned. It was part of the curriculum. Here it's not, which is a shame because it's a quick way, an easy way for people to have a treatment in a short amount of time, as well as giving relief for different ailments and problems. But before I give you some suggestions as to a few things that you can do to help improve your sleep, I'm going to talk a little bit about reflexology and explain exactly what it is and why it works. Now, as I said, that the hands and feet can be used for reflexology. But did you realize that also that the eyes and ears reflect different parts and organs of the body? So all of them reflect the whole of the body, organs and body systems and body parts, um, distantly. So, whereas you can't massage somebody's liver, you can be able to stimulate it to heal itself by massaging the liver reflex point, hence reflexology. Now, I used for many years as a therapist working in local communities. Some people had who have never ever had a treatment of any kind. I like to introduce them with a bit of hand reflexology because it was safe. They didn't have to take anything off. And you could see in their faces, their faces just change as they started to relax with the treatment. And that was in 15-20 minutes. So it's like I said, it's a quick way to get a treatment on the go. Now, for problems like chronic pain, stress, and poor sleep, and other ailments, reflexology is a great adjunct and doesn't involve any kind of medication or anything at all. It's used stimulating the body and kickstarting it to do its own healing. Excuse me. Now, the reflex just to give you a clue about what actually happens when you do when you get a reflexology treatment. What the reflexologist is actually looking for are crystal deposits. Reflexology, like acupuncture, works on the principle of circulation of energy throughout the body in a circuit. And when that circuit gets broken, in the case of reflexology, salt crystals will form in the part of the hand or foot or other places, ears, eyes, that correspond to where this energy flow has been blocked. But it takes the form of little salt crystal deposits, some of them quite sharp. I mean, I've had clients jump wondering, like, what did you do? And it was one of those crystals, a particularly stubborn one that was being broken up. So what happens is that you press lightly against the area that you're doing the treatment on, and you might feel like maybe sharp, it may be dull, but it'll feel a bit uncomfortable. You don't press to squeeze, you don't press too hard to cause pain. If it feels uncomfortable, then lighten the pressure. But you press for a couple of seconds, like pulsing, and then you rub in a circular motion to help once the crystal is broken up to help dissolve it so that it can pass out of the system. So the first reflexology points I'm going to show you are for areas that are helpful for to reduce stress and for sleep disorders of varying kinds. The first reflex point is the adrenal gland. Now, this is the in the fleshy part of the hand, just below the thumb here. Now, do not, and I repeat, do not press too hard. You may find yourself yelping in pain. If you're very stressed, this area will be very, very tender. So be gentle with yourself. But again, this is the adrenal gland reflex. And here, gently, what you need to do is using your knuckle on your other hand from the index finger, press a couple of times gently and then rub. Again, press gently about in the middle of that fleshy part of the hand and then rub. So that's for the adrenal gland, which registers our stress levels. So this is why I said if you're very stressed, be very careful, or you may find that that's extremely painful. The next area is the diaphragm reflex. Now, the diaphragm runs below the index finger straight across the palm of the hand, like this. And again, rub and then press. And what that does is when we're stressed, we often don't breathe properly. We breathe from our chest. We're doing this instead of breathing from the belly, breathing from the diaphragm. And this will help to relax the diaphragm so that you will actually get enough oxygen into your brain and into all of the cells so that you can relax and be able to fall asleep more easily. The third point represents the pituitary gland. Now, the thumb is basically, this is your head, and on the inside of the thumb, on the pad of the thumb, approximately in the middle, if you press for a couple of seconds, you'll see a reddish dot in the middle of your thumb. That's represents the pituitary gland. And again, gently using your knuckle, press, and then rub. And do that a few times. Again, do not press so hard that you cause pain. I said, I don't want people coming back, my pain. Nope, I told you and I'm telling you again, do a fair amount of pressure, but if it feels painful, ease up. Now, the pituitary gland is called the master gland and controls the whole orchestra of glands throughout the body. So, and it can impact not growth, intellectual and sexual development, but also if your adrenal glands are pumping out cortisol because you're stressed, the pituitary gland can help to kind of reset that so that it calms down and stops sending out all of these stress hormones. There's another reflex point that you can use to help with that. And this is particularly good if you suffer with back problems, which could be keeping you up at night. And that's the spine reflex. And the spine reflex runs along the outside of the thumb, down the hand to the bottom of the hand at the wrist. So that's another area that you can massage to be able to give some additional support to help you to sleep if you suffer with sleep problems or are feeling particularly stressed. Now, this next set of reflex points are specifically for insomnia. Now, the Stress, as again, as I said, stress is a major cause of insomnia, and working on the diaphragm and all of the endocrine glands, particularly the adrenal, again, where stress hormones are produced, is an effective way of not only reducing the stress levels that may reduce or even perhaps eliminate insomnia. So again, the area one, the main reflex points are for the adrenal gland reflex here on the fleshy part of the hand below the thumb, and the diaphragm across here. You also have the spine if there's a problem. And if you have problems perhaps with sinus issues that may be keeping you up at night, if you press gently again in between your fingers here, 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 and here, those are reflex points for the eyes and ears. So if you have a tendency to perhaps to get a stuffy nose at night, which may prevent you from sleeping or wakes you up, that could help to help clear the sinuses. So there you have it. I'm going to give you a bonus to go away with if you, for some reason, may suffer with indigestion, particularly at night, because you may be eating too late or eating the wrong kinds of things. What you can do is a simple remedy is to pretend you have like a 50p or 50-cent piece, a 50-cent coin in the middle of your palm, and just rub in a circular direction, clockwise, please. Otherwise, you will constipate yourself. So, rub in a the intestines are basically in the middle of your hand in terms of reflexology, and that can help to soothe things like heartburn and indigestion. So there you have it. My helping hands for sleep time bliss. Hopefully, if you're suffering with sleep problems, you can give those a try before having to reach for the Gaviscon or Pepto Bismol or whatever it is. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Have a great evening and a wonderful week to come. And I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye bye.